Well, all right. Let me fix my live. Hopefully, y'all can hear me. The camera resolution is kind of bad. Let's see if we can fix it. Maybe we can fix it, but I'll look for a stand to put the camera and do some live stringing. Stringing up the RF01 Pro again. Do I have a stand back here? I know what I can do. I'll make up a stand. And I'll take a box, balls. Okay. This angle okay? Actually, let me make it higher. I'll go like that. Move it back. All right, I think that's the best I can do. Okay, let's fire this up. Okay, so I'm stringing up the RF Pro 01 Pro. I have to say, like, is it 01 Pro or 01 Pro? I'm just gonna say 01 Pro, since that's what I think I heard from Wilson. So I had in let me fix that. I had Luxilon ALU power in here at 48 pounds. Felt pretty good. I think, I don't know. I think I want to put in my favorite string, which is Grapple Snake Tour Mate. Probably gonna drop the tension down to 45, and then see how that goes. I was already getting plenty of control with this one at 48. So I have a bunch of, I think I have 3 rackets now to string for the store. So I'll do mine first and then get to the stores. But yeah, seriously, this is, I realized that I like heavier sticks that give me lots of stability, right? I think stability is key. And sort of easy access to power, right? And I think it has to be both, or all 3. So heavy, stable, and powerful, right? And I found this in 3 different rackets that I have. So the 3 rackets that will always stay in my rotation, which are the Slinko Whiteout, the 1820. I've customized that a bit. I think I added some weight in the handle, and then I don't think I added anything in the hoop per se. And then which other one? Then the Pure Arrow 98. So that one I added 5 grams at 12, and also 5 grams at the base of the handle. And then this one, the RF01 Pro. And for this, all I've added is 4 grams at 3 and 9 to help with that torsional stability. So yeah, so I think also the play test happened this morning where I accidentally forgot my RF01 Pro at home, and I also left my racket bag with my other go-to rackets. And I just happened to have two rackets that I kept for clients who didn't bring a racket and wanted to use a racket. So my Blade version 8 and then the Diadem Elevate version 2. Both stock, pretty much stock. And playing with them, I noticed that my volleys were bad, right? And I'm not saying that they're bad rackets. I'm just saying that for me, I'm realizing what my preferred spec is, and lightweight and lower swing weight is not my preferred spec. So volleys were pretty bad. Then with my shots, I had to actually go for bigger swings, and I felt like I was either going for too much, and it just wasn't as flowing, as fluid as it normally is. So that was a little tricky, a little disappointing on that front. I'm actually gonna try and move this laptop so you all can see me. All right, let's move this over here. More or less, I'll move it so I can see you. Okay. So I'm gonna put this up here. Much better. All right, yeah, I can see you. You can see me, and I can see the chat. All right. So yeah, so that's what it is. And now I'm gonna string this up. I'm gonna do grapple snake in the mains, and then we'll see. It'll be a game time decision what I do in the crosses. Probably grapple snake tour made again in the crosses. 2. 3. Okay. All right. So here we go. So my demo of this racket for the store just came in. So gonna probably string that up with 4G, I would think. Let's see how people like that. 4G kind of lasts forever. And when I had it originally, it played pretty well. So I think it was 4G at 52 pounds. I think I'll actually drop it to maybe like 48 to get a little bit more pocket in. So you found a racket for you when, at least I know I found a setup for me, which is the setup that I mentioned before. But we're doing this. Hopefully you all can join in. I'm gonna put on some tennis channel, see what's going on. I think Cincinnati has started, so I've always wanted to go to that tournament. I've been watching this show on Netflix called Prison Break. really bad. I've watched like 22 episodes in a row. But I mean, it's really bad as it's very addictive. It's a good show. Let's see. I'll reduce the volume on this.
I mean, they are the shit. It is game time. We couldn't feel any better.
All right. All right. So here you go. So I'm gonna actually ask. My wife's gonna play test an RF01, just the regular version. So I actually think that it may be better for her to play test the future because it'll leave me more room for customization. Her default racket right now is a pure strike, and hers is actually under spec, so it's like 300 grams, a lower swing weight. So I may try and get the future up to around that spec.
Does a great job in the second set. Look at the wheels getting up to this and then sealing the wheel. I thought for this Tommy was going to get it. Kid Cavalli, a tip of the cap. This kid didn't go anywhere. Very young, not a ton of experience. And right there, ouch. And another one. Another ouch.
All right, here we go.
It's really an impressive competitor with a lot of weapons. And this is a tough one for Tom. Biggest win ever by ranking for the Italian. TV leads Canada and Cincy with just one win. Qualifying some great results for Americans. Brandon Holt took out fellow American Zach Spine. He'll play Arthur Feast in the first round.
Oh, good. Taylor Townsend qualified.
Lots of good stars and stripes. Look at that lineup. What do you like? You like it all? So you got. What do you like? What jumps out at you?
It's good to see Opelka back. So it's going to be Shelton versus Opelka. Starting shortly, I guess.
Let's talk a little bit more about Shelton Opelka. How did they match up? Well, who knows? I mean, it's going to be big boy tennis. We're going to see a lot of rifles being thrown at each other. It's two servers. I want to know the over-under in rallies over 5 shots. Well, John Worthott? That's what he is, yeah. Yeah, I think. Yeah. Okay. I think not only grinding, but target serving. Let's see who has the first serve percentage better and who does a good job protecting their second. That's probably going to be the winner. As always. And what's the biggest challenge? Not the serve percentage for Brandon's one of the most solid players on tour. He played some really good tennis the last couple of weeks. Great two-handed backhand, starting to get his confidence back and healthy after a rough year last year. These guys have grown up also together in Southern Cal, so no secrets between these two. I think it's Rio against 6-7. Not often you have championships in one of 1,000 and first round matches already in another 1,000. The very same this crazy world we live in these days. It's a manic Monday. You sure something manic Monday. Kicks off here on Tennis Channel. Jessie Pegula, the Queen of Canada, for the second straight year. JPEG ends the week in Toronto with a picture-perfect finish, going back to back in the Great North. And we're popping balls in Montreal. Alexei Poprik gets the biggest title of his life. Thanks for joining us on TC Live. It is now officially on to Cincinnati. Watching the world's top men and women do the Cincinnati. Next.
So excited to be bringing you all the information from Mason. Hey, Corey. Yeah, so I'm definitely. I need to play some more with it before I call it Rack of the Year, but it just might be. It just might be for me. That's why I'm putting in what I say is my favorite current string, and then really gonna try and hit with a variety of players and see whether it holds up. But definitely super solid. I was telling Vlad earlier that I played against a friend this morning that I played against him on Sunday, and I beat him, and I was just, not that I was crushing the balls. It's sort of fool's gold when you're crushing balls with a new racket, like with a shift or something. But I was just hitting everything consistently in and with depth. And I forgot my RF01 Pro today, and I played him this morning, and he was playing much better. But at the same time, I had no depth with these stock rackets, and I was let me see. Yeah, you should be afraid to test it. It's gonna be so smooth, and volleys are gonna be so ridiculous, ridiculously good. So, Corey, when we play tomorrow, I'll actually let you pick. I just got the demo version of the RF1 Pro. Let me know what strings you want me to put in it, and then I'll put those in for you to test tomorrow. All right. So let me know live in the comments. Let me know what strings you like. But yeah, as I was saying, the stability is ridiculous. So good on volleys. Coming from a V-Core 98 2023, you think it's a good idea to switch to this? So I haven't used the 2023 version of the V-Core 98. I think I used the 2021, and it's if the 2023 plays like the 2021 or 2020, whatever the year that was, then I would say this is comparable, right? You may need to weight up the V-Core a little bit, but this one gives you much easier stability and plow through. The V-Core is easier spin, so it reminds me of so the three rackets that are sort of in my bag right now are this one, the RF1 Pro, 01 Pro, a heavily customized Pure Aero 98, and then also the Slinko Whiteout 1820. And I like them because it's just easy. All I need to focus is on my footwork, right? My footwork, and then I can just take a smooth stroke knowing that the ball is going to stay in. So again, with the Pure Aero 98, it's more on the side of spin, right? With the Whiteout, I think it's more on the side of hitting it flat, like the 1820. And the RF, I feel like it's sort of straddles in between. And I think it's due to this crazy string pattern where the mains are super tight. Let me bring the camera over so you all can see. I'll bring it over for a second. Sorry. So the mains right here, right? They're really tight towards the center of the space, and so it gives you lots of control right here. But then also gives you a little bit of forgiveness if you hit off center, which I tend to do on my forehand. So sort of the best of both worlds, where my backhand, which is the shot I try to dictate with, and sort of my consistent shot, is I get precise control. And then with a forehand, where it's my more powerful shot, but it's also my more erratic, it gives me a little bit more forgiveness on off center hits. So definitely worth a demo, and yeah, just be ready to spend money if you demo it. So, and the other thing I was gonna say is it wasn't love at first hit. Like when I first hit with it, I thought it was stiff, but I thought it was stiff and like a little bit boardy. But then one thing I noticed was all the balls were going in, and then they're going in pretty deep, and so that just meant that I needed to find out what the right setup was for me. And so I think in terms of the weight setup, I have that down, where I added 4 grams at 3 and 9. And the slight stability issue that I thought of before, it was solved. And the other thing I did, sorry if you see the butt cap, I mentioned this in my video, but the previous RF butt cap was kind of sharp, so I just swapped out and put the Wilson butt cap in here. This made it a lot easier for me. So, Corey, let's see. At 50 pounds, does it feel higher than other rackets? Oh yeah, definitely. At 50 pounds, it feels. I had this at ALU Power at 48 pounds, and it felt stiff, right? So like, and even Vlad noticed. He was like, "Why?" I told him it was 48 pounds when he hit it, and he was like, "Wow, this feels like incredibly stiff." So I think with this one, you could drop the tension, but I think it really, at least with the setup that I have with the weight at 3 and 9, it really promotes hitting like flatter through the ball. And so like I'm fine. Like I'm getting enough comfort with like 48 pounds and with my stroke style. But like if you had more of like a heavy topspin stroke, then I would change the weight setup on this one. So yeah. All right. Yeah, Corey, we could do in the demo version, I could do ALU power at 48. I think I think you could even drop it actually. Like I think you could drop it to like 45 or something as well. But 48 will be okay. Let's see. This one I'm stringing up grapple snake tour mate at 45 full bed. And yeah, I mean the standout feature, right, for me is volleys. Like in stock form, this thing is awesome in volleys. And like with my customized version, it's out of this world. Like my volleys were so good when I was hitting with this one. I think with other rackets, so with my whiteout, like I'm getting like awesome ground strokes. Absolutely love it on the kick serve. Um, Volleys were not as solid as this, and the Pure Arrow 98 volleys were good, but it didn't have the same sort of stable feel as this one. So yeah, it's gonna be yeah, it's gonna be a beast, Corey. I think you'll like it. So what do I think about the Luxlon Eco Spin string? So I haven't tried the Luxlon Eco Spin yet. I tried the Luxlon uh, Eco like I don't know what it's called, the Power Rough, ALU Power Rough. Is the eco version of that. And that one was a lot softer than regular ALU Power Rough. Uh, it didn't seem to hold its tension as long, but it was just easier on the arm. I was using that in my Wilson shift, and I could generate like a whole lot of topspin. And like it was to a point where um, maybe it's the shift or a combination of the shift and the strings. But when I was hitting with the Echo strings from Luxilon, like I can actually smell the the strings like biting into the ball. It was a weird. It was hitting with the shift. It was some very weird experience. Like I kid you not. Like I hit some balls where I can actually smell like the strings like burning into the ball or biting into it or something. So yeah, so crazy spin. I may actually try that eventually in this racket. Um, Probably when I get a second one, I'll try it out. Another string that I recently tried out was the Technifiber Razor Soft 17 gauge, and that one, that one is one that I wanted to love. The reason was like when you when you serve with with the string. I think I was using it in my Wilson shift. Yeah, I think a lot of strange things happen when I use the Wilson shift. But when I was serving with that string, like it literally sounded like a gunshot, like in terms of how loud it was. And I mean, I was hitting big serves, um, but like my partner also noticed. He was like, "Wow, are you popping strings every time you're serving?" Because it was really loud and like it was just a whole lot of good power. But I couldn't control it on my forehand, and I mean, the number of reasons. Number one, my forehand is erratic, and then number two, I think there's a lot of going on technology wise with these powerful strings, and then the Wilson shift and all these different bending properties, and I just couldn't keep the ball in play. So, but definitely, if you're looking to test strings, I'd say test the Technifiber Razor Soft. It provides a very unique experience that um, hopefully I will dial that in someday. So um, yeah, I'm looking forward to trying the future as well. Oh, you got it. Yeah, I know what you mean about the tension drop. Like I could already feel it, like the second hit with that string. I was like, oh, this feels much different than it was initially, and so that's why, like, I don't know, that's why like tour made is sort of my home string because I could literally leave it in my racket for months and then pick it up again. A little drop tension, but it's still gonna play pretty decently. Yeah. Yeah. Headlink's Tour is a like Head has some really good hybrid setups. Um, I really like Link's Tour. I think I've used, is that Head Hawk Touch you have? So that might be similar. That might be the one that Musetti used a little bit ago. That hybrid, and I used that as well before. Really enjoyed it. Really comfortable, and I think it's a good mix of the strings because you get the spin and the durability from the Lynx Tour, and a little bit of a softer feel from the Head Hawk Touch, if I recall correctly. So I think you're doing a good job with your string choice. You may, if you like hybrids, you may also want to try K-pop um, from um, from Tourline. and then just do the omakase. So have you heard of that before? So is tennis nerd. He did a collaboration with Tourline, and you basically go to their website and you put your preferences, like your string preferences and everything. Not your string preferences, your playing style, and I think they ask you a bunch of questions, and then at the end, they ship you a pair of strings that perfectly matches your game. So I haven't tried it yet. I think I will, as a shop owner, I'll have to do my duty and try it, and I may put it in my RF autograph 97 and see. So, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that's another racket that's going to stay in the bag, the RF 97. While I'm here, let's talk about bags. I'm going to bring out the backpack real quick. So my wife actually wants to get this one for herself too, the RF backpack. A little pricey, $129, but I think like people are moving away from getting the 6 racket bags to getting more of these like all-purpose bags. So you could put shoes in here, some more space for like snacks or other stuff you want to put in here, like a dedicated laptop component right here. Wow, it's extra like zippered pouch on this side. And then the rackets probably fits 2 rackets comfortably. Go over here. So yeah, so I really like it. Oh yeah, another thing. These people are really thinking. They have this here if you're gonna put this on your luggage. So that's a really smart design. Sorry, Corey, I missed what you said. I'm not sure if Tourline ships worldwide. Um, we can always see what country are you? Just text me, and if you want, we can try. Yes, send me a message. My email is probably also somewhere. We can also try and see if I could ship it out to you. A set of K-pop to try. So you'll just pay for shipping. But yeah, I could do that. Just send me a message, and then we could arrange it. Yeah, a bag of only RF rackets. The funny thing is, like, I thought like my customized version of the RF01 was stable, and then you pick up the RF97, and it makes this thing look like a twig. Like the RF97 is, and it's like over. I really don't understand how like amateur level players use that racket, because it's just meant for, I think, just overkill in terms of how much pace it can handle and like how stable it is. So because I think at my level and like a lot of like 4.0, 4.5, 3.5, 3.0 levels, like you're not gonna find people who are gonna be blasting 80-mile-an-hour ground strokes regularly. So I think something like the RF01 Pro is plenty of us stable to handle it. So India, okay. Okay, yeah, I mean, we can see what the shipping rates are, and then if it's reasonable, I could cut you a set and then send it over. But you'll just pay for shipping. Have you guys got the RF Pro demo yet in India? And what part of India? Just curious. So I'm about a third of the way done with the crosses. I ended up just doing grapple snake, tormate, and full bed, just because I just like it. And it's been a love relationship with the string. I think at first I gave it a glowing review. Um, Actually, no. At first, I gave it like an adequate review. Then I tried it in my Head Extreme tour, and I gave it a glowing review. And then I tried another racket, a lighter weight racket, and I was like, this is quite stiff. Yeah, I tried it. Was it the blade? Maybe it's a blade, and it felt very stiff. And now I've tried in a few other rackets, and it's really good with the right setup. So yeah, and demo is key. Like I had someone who just purchased. God bless their heart. They just purchased the RF01 Future from me. I don't even have it yet on the shelf, and they haven't demoed the racket before. But I think they just liked the Roger name and wanted something that was usable, right? So I think the RF Future is going to be good for them, and then they're good customers. So when they buy it and then they try it out, then they can let me know how it is, and then I could always customize it for them to give them a little bit more of what they're looking for. So yeah, that's too bad they don't have the demo in India, but it's kind of like it's amazing that it works out here, and that like it's not like I'm taking people's credit card information. Like I guess if you if you really want to be a racket thief, you could get the demo and then just go out of the country and never come back or something. But yeah, but people have been quite good about it. Also, they haven't beat up the rackets too much. So so I'm thankful for that. So what's on the horizon? A couple of the rackets that I have to test are Technifiber, the entire like T-Fight series, and I have those I need to test. And I think for me, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like them, um, but I'll probably need to customize it to my preference. So I'll look at one of our demos and try and customize one of those to my specs. Um, what else? So the Technifiber, and then I have also a Lacoste racket. Well, let me get it out so you guys can see. It looks like the same color as the blade, but it just kind of looks quite sleek. So I think the season, like it's funny where I live in Massachusetts, like the default tennis season is more towards the winter, the fall and the winter. because that's when people play indoors and such. So the really serious league players more then. Then you have USTA in the summers. So I think really we'll capitalize on folks trying to get some new rackets and stuff. So we'll have some interesting promotions and demos around the US Open time. All right. What do you think about the quality control of the RF1? I've also checked Tourmaline is shipping to India. I'll order a K-pop today. Oh, that's great. Tourmaline shipping to India. Um, uh, Quality control, I think I haven't measured enough rackets to see, right? And I think you really should take advantage of the fact that they're different weights. And I'm not sure about the variation in stiffness amongst the rackets, right? But if you know what you're doing as a customizer, right, and let's say that you wanted a racket around, assume like assume that you want a synthetic grip, so you wanted a racket around like 305 grams, 325 swing weight or something, then you could easily just get the 300, the RF1, and then add a couple grams weight here and there. Or if you want to be safe, get the RF1 Future, and then add strategically add 25 grams to get it to your desired spec. So, but I sort of lean on like get in the racket that's just under your desired spec, and then add in just a little bit of weight to it. So for me, I think because I like a heavier feeling frame that's quite stable, I prefer to get the RF1 Pro and then just add a couple of grams. I could have also used the RF1, then swapped out the original grip for leather grip, right? Then add weight at 12 o'clock to bump up the swing weight to my desired swing weight, and then add weight at 3 and 9 to get the torsional stability that I wanted. So, but that's a lot of steps. I prefer just something simple. So long-winded answer of saying that I don't know what the quality control is of this racket, but there's a lot of there are three different versions, so there's room for customization. All right. So almost done. There's been a lot of hype. I think there's a hype on YouTube about this racket, but then also folks who have been uh, unfairly negative towards it and saying that yes, it's just going to sell because it's a Roger racket. And I think like you would have those people who would buy it because it's a Federer racket, right? And if you're one of those people, please check out the shop online, order yours from me. We can always customize it to your desired spec. But then you can also be other people who like the Federer name would get you in the door in terms of, it'll get you to play test it. But if you don't have substance behind the racket, then it will just end up play testing, right? So for me, right, I am of the latter. Like if I were in the market for buying rackets, I would definitely play test this one because it says Roger Federer. But what sold me is the fact that every ball stayed in, and like I was able to hit the ball deep, and it wasn't a honeymoon. It was just I wasn't necessarily striking crazy winners, but I was just keeping the ball deep and in play, right? And that's why I like it. So, all right. Do you think the Pro will feel significantly heavier than the V Core? I that depends, right? So a couple things are going on. The Pro the Pro they also let's see the headlightness. So it's 9 points headlight, so 31.5, right? So that's an interesting spec in that, like, um, a lot of the 305 gram rackets, I'm sure the VCore 98 might be also on that spec, are stock form are 32 centimeters in terms of the balance. So it's going to feel, because you have more weight in the head, is the balance point is higher. The that feels heavier, right? But there's a significant weight difference in that the Pro is 15 grams heavier than the VCore 98. So long-winded way of saying that, I think they may the Pro will probably feel heavier, but because the Pro is also more headlights, I would think it would swing about the same in terms of your swing speed as a stock VCore 98. So your V cores are 334 static weight. So is that your strung static weight without an overgrip? So if it's strung static weight without an overgrip, then it's probably like 318, 319 grams unstrung. And so that should feel about the same as this. And for me, this one was like 330 swing weight when it was strung, 332, without the 4 grams. So I think right now it's probably around 340 swing weight. With the 4 grams, I added at 3 and 9. But if you're happy with your VCore, then I mean, just stick with it, I'd say. But if you're of the sort that want a little bit more of like to reward you a little bit more for hitting flatter shots, and then you're looking to switch, then definitely I don't know. I wouldn't say just buy it blindly, because it's hard, but like you won't be disappointed if you're a flatter player and you like the stability and you buy this racket. So almost done. How long did it take me? Oh, not bad. 48 minutes while talking. So it's definitely hard to multitask, but we're almost there. And last one. Okay. Oh wow, sorry, I missed a lot of this. How does this compare to new Pure Strikes? Okay, so in terms of the new Pure Strikes, Pure Strikes are coming in quite heavy static in terms of swing weight, so 332 or so. So it makes it they're really solid rackets, and like I think those ones are also quite good in stock form. I would actually probably add, for my preferences, I'd probably add um, a couple grams to handle the Pure Strike to just make it swing a little easier. Maybe a gram or two at 3 and 9 for stability. But yeah, these ones, the RF Pro, I think it's just easier to use off the bat for somebody who likes to hit a flatter ball compared to a Pure Strike. The new Pure Strikes, they're really good rackets. Uh, for the You just have to realize that, like, I feel like it's not necessarily as versatile, the new Pure Strike, as the other Pure Strike, the one before this, because I think they bumped up the swing weight on this one, and if you are a player who if you don't like that high of a swing weight, then I think you're kind of in trouble with the new Pure Strike. But the Pro is pretty clear in that it's a racket for advanced players who like a heavier feeling racket, and so it gives you that heavy feel both in terms of swing weight and then also in terms of just overall static weight with a leather grip. So, off topic, but what is your favorite type of YouTube videos that you make on your channel? The favorite type, if I had all the time in the world, would be match play videos. So Shani is here. She doesn't want to be on the video, but it's fine. One day we'll ask Shani to come on the video. So there are match play videos where I just sort of do like post honk analysis on the matches. And I think like you benefit so much by watching matches and then realizing that, hey, that you're not playing as poorly as you think you are, right? And then also seeing what your errors are, and what you're doing well too. Because I mean, I think as tennis players, we do a lot of stuff well. We just don't give ourselves credit for it, right? I personally, I I'm hard on myself sometimes because you expect every ball to be perfect, but in reality, you only need to win the majority of the points. You just need to win the right points to win the match. So, and if you have fun, you win regardless. So that's my take. But thanks for watching. I'm gonna sign off soon. I'm gonna pick up my son from tennis camp. But if you have any other questions about the new RF rackets, then just hit me up, either direct message on Instagram, or my email should be somewhere here. If you look at our store site, Icon Tennis Pickle also has phone number. So there's no excuse to not reach me, because they have every single way to reach me. All right. But thank you guys for tuning in. And Corey, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll get your racket done. 48 pounds of daily power. And then thanks, Wendy, as well. Or thanks, Woody. I'm so sorry. Thanks, Woody. All right. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.